Strong is about connecting women of all age groups, real lives, real stories, sharing hopes, sharing fears, showing our vulnerabilities and making it okay for young girls today to understand that it's okay to be strong and it's okay to have vulnerabilities. It's about supporting the dreams and the hopes of young women all over the world and bringing sisters together, mothers together, aunts together, grandmothers together, telling their stories and sharing their journeys. It really does take a village to raise a child. And in the world of evolving technology and in a world of being online all the time, we are becoming more disconnected than ever before. The story of Strong began when I lost my daughter. She taught me that young girls today are so strong, but they're so vulnerable. And Strong is about sharing these stories. If I could go back three months, if I could go back and speak to my daughter again, I would want to tell her that I wish Strong existed, because I believe that stories where we share our journeys and our vulnerabilities will help young women who feel disconnected, who feel lonely, lost, and isolated. The story of Kiki is actually a really special story. Kiki was not planned at all. Actually, we have a Yorkshire Terrier, Poco, who's been with us for 7 years. And having another dog was never in the plan, which makes Kiki really special. When we lost Danya, my son Sammy was devastated, of course. And I think as mothers, we're always trying to fix people and trying to fix situations. And so I asked Sammy what I could do to just make him smile again. I just really, really wanted him to smile. And of course, he looked me in the eye and said, "Anything, Mama?" And of course, anything. And of course, he asked for Kiki. And that's when Kiki entered our lives. So the journey of Strong really begins with Kiki entering our lives. And it's a really special story, which makes so much sense to have her on these Strong episodes. But in all fairness, she's a sweetie, but I don't think she'll last for very long. So we're gonna let her come in and pop out every now and again, just to keep her with us and also allow her to just be by herself. So Kiki, my love, it's time to say goodbye for now. We'll let you go. There we go. Bye, Kiki. The idea for Strong came when I was going through my healing process, losing my daughter, Danya. Losing a daughter, okay, that's gonna be really hard. Okay. Okay. The one word I can think of, losing Danya, is strong. Everybody told me I had to be strong. Everybody said I had to be strong for Sammy and Aya. I had to be strong for my parents. I had to be strong for Hassan. I had to be strong for the people around me. I was told that people would find it really difficult to connect with me because they didn't know how to talk to me anymore. People were telling me that I was a strong woman. I was being given praise for not showing emotion at the most difficult time of my life. Losing my daughter made me realize how vulnerable I really was. I'm like you. I'm a woman that was raised in a family where women stayed home and took care of their children. I was raised by parents who had the dream of coming to a different world and raising their children with opportunities they never had. I was raised with the family values that we take care of our family. My mother was the strongest woman I ever met. She was a woman that raised her children, and she never showed us any vulnerabilities. She was strong. So losing Danya brought me back to meeting people from all different cultures and nationalities, all telling me the one word that remained with me, and it was strong. I decided in that healing process of taking care of my children and making sure that life was as predictable could be when we think about life. And so I really had two choices. I could fall apart and show my children that there was no stability in a world that used to feel really safe for them, or I could rise above my emotions and find my strength and carry on and raise my children, carry on with my career, and keep my family connected. I realized very early on in this process that people around me would struggle with my vulnerability, or that's something I told myself. Strong is a healing process for me. It was an ability for me to find sense in a situation in my life that made absolutely no sense. So this is a journey of connecting women from all over the world. It's going to be emotional and joyful and messy and full of love. But my hope for Strong is that it connects you as women in families, and it doesn't matter where you live in the world. It doesn't matter what you believe. It doesn't matter what language you speak. Strong is about bringing communities together. It's about helping young girls who are feeling even more isolated than ever before. Being a teenage girl was hard in my time, and it feels a lot harder right now. With technology evolving at a crazy fast pace and this business of being online all the time, young girls today are feeling more isolated than ever before. The rise of rates of suicide, high rates of depression are showing us that young girls are crying out for help. Strong is about real women sharing real stories, real journeys, no masks, vulnerability out where everybody can see it. It's about connecting us as women going through the same process. It's called life. I hope that Strong brings you some kind of sense in the world that might not make any sense to you. I know that we will get emotional. I know that I'm asking women to come to me with their vulnerabilities, but I would never ask them to do that unless I could do it myself. So if you would like to nominate a woman who you believe is your idea of strong, if you would like to have her story be shared, join us. Be part of our panel, because strong is for real women in this world that makes absolutely no sense.